r/AskReddit, what actor will you always associate with that one role no matter how many others they do? The Rock with his role as The Rock. Jason Alexander as George Costanza. Dwight Schrute. Sorry, Rainn Wilson. Just a quick edit, I've seen his films etc. and I think he is a really good diverse actor. Super is one of my favorite films. Edit again, OMG I forgot about Backstrom Red Heart. Leonard Nimoy as Spock. Alfonso Ribeiro as Carlton Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Bro that plays Jon Snow may as well legally change his name to Jon Snow because we're never going to stop calling him Jon Snow. Elijah Wood will always be Frodo to me. Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Bean. Ron Swanson. I know his name is Nick Offerman, but he'll always be Ron Swanson. Charlie Day as Charlie Kelly. Seeing him in Pacific Rim is always a trip. The dude who played Napoleon Dynamite will always only be Napoleon Dynamite. Jack Gleason as Joffrey Baratheon. Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman. The guy who always plays a guy named Hector. McLovin. Sheldon Cooper as Sheldon Cooper. What do you mean he has a real name? Emma Watson as Hermione. Matthew Gray Gubler as Spencer Reed. James Gandolfini / Tony Soprano. Matt Smith is currently freaking me out on House of the Dragon. I'm uncomfortable watching Doctor Who use the C word. David Schwimmer. He's always just Ross. Basically ruined Band of Brothers for me LMAO. I'm like, why is Ross an officer? Kelsey Grammer, Frasier Crane. Frankie Muniz as Malcolm Wilkerson. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, and Christopher Reeve, Superman. John Krasinski as Jim Halpert. Looks like I'm old. Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly. David Duchovny, Mulder. Carrie Elwes, Wesley / the Dread Pirate Roberts. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter. Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Every Chuck Palahniuk book I will ever read will forever be narrated by Edward Norton in my head. Hugh Jackman will always be Wolverine. Brent Spiner will always be Data. He did have a great part in Independence Day though. My BOI Brendan Fraser will always be my BOI Rick O'Connell. The first icon of absolute unadulterated badass heteropatriarchal masculinity I ever had as a kid. They don't make heroes like him anymore. Patrick Stewart as Picard. I know he's done others, but it's just ingrained at this point. Raul Julia in the 1991 movie adaptation of The Addams Family. Neil Patrick Harris as Barney Stinson. Morgan Freeman will always be God. Hugh Laurie as Dr. House. Alan Alda as Hawkeye Pierce. Stifler's mom, don't even know her name, just whatever she appears in, it's like Stifler's mom. Celebrities in here reading, Mad AF with the Arthur Fists. Jason Biggs as the Pie Fucker. Jensen Ackles, Dean Winchester in Supernatural, and Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter. Fran Drescher as the nanny. All 6 of the Friends main cast will only be those characters. Especially Lisa Kudrow, who I've seen in more things than any of the other actors. I'm always like, hey, that's Phoebe. Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. Bueller. Jim Parsons will always be Sheldon Cooper. Sean William Scott Stifler. Really hard role to recover from. He was too good at it. Bryan Cranston as Walter White. Jeff Bridges as the dude. JD and Turk from Scrubs will forever be just those wacky doctors. Sarah Michelle Gellar will always be Buffy and David Boreanaz will always be Angel. Macaulay Culkin. I don't think anyone hit it as hard as Kevin Rich. Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. Bruno Ganz, playing Hitler in Der Untergang. One does not simply play another character. Tony Shalhoub as Monk. Callista Flockhart got out of the show Ally McBeal because everyone called her Ally McBeal. So yeah, I'd go with her. Chevy Chase is always going to be Clark Griswold. Kind of cliché, but still Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. It's always Deadpool, just in a different suit. Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. He's an incredible actor, so not to discredit his many other works, but he'll always give me the creeps. Buffy as Buffy. Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. Christian Bale as Batman, and RDJ as Tony Stark. Michael C. Hall will always be Dexter to me. Danny DeVito as Frank Reynolds. Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn. Michael Keaton as Batman. Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. John Travolta as Vincent Vega. Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes in TWD. Mike Myers as the International Man of Mystery, Austin Danger Powers. Yeah baby. Michael Cera as George Michael Bluth. Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Henry Winkler, Fonzie. William Shatner, Captain Kirk. Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter. Robert E. Downey Jr. as Tony Stark / Iron Man. Emma Watson as Hermione Granger. Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. Pierce Brosnan with James Bond. Megan Follows as Anne of Green Gables. Julie Andrews as Maria in The Sound of Music. Norman Reedus as Daryl Dixon. It doesn't help that he seems to have taken a vow to never ever change his hairstyle or, like, bathe. Although she did other films, Emilia Clarke, I think everyone that sees her thinks about Daenerys Targaryen. Gilbert Godfrey as Iago the Parrot on Aladdin. Ed O'Neill as Al Bundy. Brendan Fraser. He'll always be some type of cavemanish character to me. Sacha Cohen as Borat. Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Sorry, Star Wars Nation. Ashton Kutcher as Michael Kelso on That 70s Show. David Suchet as Hercule Poirot. Keanu Reeves and Ryan Reynolds playing the same characters in every movie. Kathy Bates in Misery. Daniel Radcliffe Harry Potter. Steve Carell as Michael Scott from The Office US. Stifler. Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter. Alan Alda as Hawkeye in MAS**H. Taika Waititi as Hitler. He so perfectly encapsulated a ridiculous version of the historical figure that there will never be a more fun Hitler. Neil Patrick Harris as Barney Stinson. TBH, the entire casting of How I Met Your Mother. Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock. Alan Rickman Snape. Sigourney Weaver is Ellen Ripley. Richard Belzer / John Munch. Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka. Jim Carrey will always be Ace Ventura. Emilia Clarke as Daenerys Targaryen. Vin Diesel as Dom Toretto. Jim Parsons as Sheldon Cooper. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.